Hey guys, welcome back to releasethecraftin. Priscilla here with a little tutorial share with these Globleland dies that I got. This one I'm just going to use these like sort of funky, grungy, deckled shapes die to make these like little tiny specimen circles, and then you're going to watch as my punch struggles on this like cottony paper, but we're going to make it work. So the first thing you're going to do is punch out a bunch of circles, or if you have a die cut machine, you're going to cut out a bunch of circles. This is a 3-inch circle punch if you want to know what size I am using. And I think I cut out 9 fronts and 9 backs. So I just cut out some stuff from some random papers I had in my stash. Nothing super fancy, but definitely for the vibes we're going to go for, because these are going to be like grungy, creepy specimen cards type things. Stuff and words. So that's what we're making. So I'm going to get a bunch of these circles, and then I am going to just fix up where my punch suffered and struggled here. And then I'm going to try to figure out what size circle I actually need for the center of these, because I'm going to punch out a little window. And I love using this shape to punch out these windows because it definitely gave like this extra grungy feel to these little specimen cards. It added a nice little like visual texture to it. So I decided to use these 2 sizes. That size is actually too big, but I'm going to use it later. I'm going to use this little slightly smaller size. It's about 2 inches of a circle. So you could do this with punches or by tracing a circle yourself if you don't have these dies. But they're definitely really cool, and I really liked them. They did some really fun, interesting cuts here. And I just used a little bit of washi tape to set them in the middle so they didn't slide around as I cut them out. And then at the end, I ended up with all these cool, like, little punched out circle shapes, too, which will make, like, cute little tags that I can use later, but I didn't use them in this video, because I wanted to show you guys how to make these little specimen cards instead. So, first thing, I went and inked up everything, so you guys didn't have to watch me do that, and I fussy cut out a bunch of stuff, so you didn't have to watch me do that either. What I'm going to basically do is take my little fussy cut specimen, I'm going to add some glue to the back of that. This is that Zig 2-way glue pen that I like to use, and then I'm going to add a little line of glue to the outside of the back, so that, you know, I can lock everything down. And then I'm going to take a little sandpaper disc on my little distress tool and distress the heck out of this acetate. You can use clear packaging if you don't have acetate sheets. I'm going to distress the heck out of it. I want it to look all scratched up and old and grungy. And then I'm going to come back through with some distress oxide and work that into the cracks and scratches that I just added to the front of this. Then we're like really work it in there, and then I'm going to come back over the top with a little paper towel to wipe off the clear space where there wasn't supposed to be any like distressing. And then I'm going to add some glue to the top of that, which is not going to be the same surface that we scratched up. The scratchy part's going to go inside, so you don't have to touch that. And then I'm going to use this gilding pen, it's like a gold gild pen, to just add like a little imperfect border around the frame, so that it pops a little bit more against all the browns and stuff that we have here. And I'm not super worried about it being perfect, more about it being consistent than perfect, because I want it to look grungy. So, like, I'm not super worried about it. If you want it to be, like, really pristine, I recommend coming over with, like, a stencil and tracing that out. I'm just going to pop my butterfly down. This is super simple, guys. It's a really easy craft. And then pop my little frame down on top of the acetate so that locks in. And then I'm going to add another little, like, circle of glue there just to secure everything in place, to make sure there's no slippage or anything like that. And while that sets up so I can stick it down, I'm going to work on another one at the same time. This is a really fun craft, and can definitely be done in a bunch of different ways, but I really like these little frames, these little circle shapes, and their little jaggedy edges. I thought that worked out really well. So you can see we have a really nice little frame here. It sort of makes that like grungy interior scratched up part really pop against the gold. So I think that worked out really well. And then I have some of these like dyed tapes. I did this on my Patreon if you want to know how I did it. It's over there. That I'm going to add to like make them look a little bit more vintagey. And then some of these little Tim Holtz ephemera bits I'm going to use to tie in the whole vibe. So it looks like a little specimen slide maybe that has like a little extra information attached to it. And to preserve the circular shape, I'm just going to trim off anything that hangs over the edge. But I love how these came out. They're really cute. They came together really well. So super nice. And I think the little tape pieces definitely tie everything in together and make like just add that little perfect finishing touch to make them look a little bit more ancient and vintage on top of all the distressing and stuff that we did. And you can see these come together relatively well. You can definitely like do all these steps in like different stages and then just assembly line a bunch of these tags and have some really cool stuff here. And I even will show you when I do my little walkthrough of everything that I made. I turned a couple of them into paper clips, and it was really easy. I just had to slide in the little paper clip before I glued everything down, and it worked out. So yeah, there's not much else to say. It's a pretty straightforward little tutorial, little quickie, little mini tutorial on how I use these dies to make these really cool little tags, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I'm just gonna finish these off with some stickers from my little sticker stash, because I want to have just a little tiny extra, little extra finishing bit there to just make them look a little bit more elevated than they were before, I guess. But that's going to be it from me, guys. Enjoy the little flip through walkthrough of all these little specimen cards. They're super cute. Happy with how they came out, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I have one more of these videos to make, so look forward to another tutorial from me coming up here in the future. Till then, guys, I appreciate your faces. Bye! Real quick, because I forgot to mention, all the stuff I use will be linked in the description below, so you can check it out there. But that's it. Bye!